It is Wednesday, March 19th. This is the warning. Look at the rage, the indignation that somebody would dare question Donald Trump's assertions of power and his abuse of the law. Let's go to CNN. Rage. Scott Jennings is on the edge of control here. I would love the opportunity to debate this fool on CNN. Unlike him, I won't lose control.
People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't support.
Are we okay with the January 6th pardons?
I know you haven't been around for a while, so let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me educate you.
No, you don't need to patronize me.
You don't need to. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish.
Let's do this January 6th and then near it.
I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
Okay.
Let me make it clear. Scott Jennings is a liar. He lies for a living on CNN's air, which they allow him to do. Scott Jennings' job is to take the plain meaning of Trump's actions and words and to assert to an audience that what is happening and what they see is not so. It is dishonest, it is wrong, and it is why the corporate news media's credibility lies shattered on the floor. Scott Jennings is a supporter of the highest rank of those who invaded the Capitol and shit on the floors and pissed on the walls and defiled the temple of democracy. And Neera Tandem was exactly right to point out the supernova of hypocrisy. Now, there is rage and there is self-pity. Pity and victimization are the fuel supply of the MAGA extremist cause. So let's begin with this desecration where from the White House lawn, America's deputy president, Prime Minister Elon, the richest man in the world, at least for a little while longer, cries about the devastating drop of Tesla's stock price. Now, let's absorb the pity.
It's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged. There's some kind of mental illness thing going on here because this doesn't make any sense.
I've done nothing wrong. I just want to help people. This man is a Nazi. Here he is. Hours after the inauguration, Elon Musk has attacked government of the people, by the people, for the people, with his arrogance, with his carelessness, with his philosophy that holds because he is powerful and he is rich, that he is a king and you are an insect. And this has inspired criminal rage, which Elon Musk suggests is an attack on America from the left as opposed to vandalism of a Tesla dealership by a criminal. How can it be that Elon is able to discern the motives of the unseen vandal? Who knows? How do we know it's not a MAGA paid agent that Elon has set forth to gain sympathy? There is no evidence, just a flaming dealership. Elon Musk is offering the preface for a demand, amplified by Scott Jennings, no doubt, that an attack on Tesla is an attack on America. Some special category of declarative crime is no doubt soon on the horizon from Donald Trump. And I wonder if Scott Jennings appreciates the malice mixed with stupidity of what it is that he's saying. which of course, even if he doesn't understand it and believes that in fact he's some person of principle, which is ludicrous when he's a propagandist, that somehow Scott Jennings doesn't see the connection between his words and what's happening in plain sight. Let's look at some images released by the dictator of El Salvador. You can see the crowds aligned in formation there behind him. Here is the arrival of what you have been told by your government, by Stephen Miller, by Carolyn Levitt, by the liar Donald Trump, amplified on shows like Sean Hannity, that all of these people are criminals. They have been sent out of the United States under a 1798 law, the Alien and Sedition Act, with no due process whatsoever. So we'll just have to take Donald Trump's word for who's a terrorist and who's a criminal and who's not. The problem, of course, with that was pointed out by Neera Tandem, which is that on January 6th, those criminals, those terrorists, well, they were pardoned. Because why? They sought to overturn an election, attack the Constitution, and burn it to cinders. And now Donald Trump has declared that there are terrorists amongst us and that they must be shipped forthwith to the dictator of El Salvador with no due process whatsoever. So it's really, according to Stephen Miller, no evidence, no due process. And when a federal judge said it's illegal, turn the plane around, the Trump administration met the order with disdain and contempt, did not follow it, and even worse, the young El Salvadorian punk dictator attacked the American judiciary from the seat of his banana republic, where he now trades in human flesh, being paid by the American government, as he describes it, not a lot for us, but a lot for them, to take people and lock them into prisons of no return. Now, these men may be the worst people in the world, or they may just have been at the wrong taco shop in Los Angeles. Nobody knows. Because Donald Trump called them a terrorist, and with that magic word has presumed in the United States of America that these men can be treated like they would be in El Salvador, which is no rights whatsoever. The difference, of course, is the United States is the oldest constitutional republic in the world, not a banana republic, not Trumpistan. And then, of course, we must face this, the snatching up of a man because he expressed political views. Now, some of you may say, but those views were repugnant. Those views were anti-Semitic. He was a clever endorser of Hamas. He violated the school rules of Columbia. He hates Israel. He would love to see 1,000 October 7th, maybe so. But the First Amendment does not judge the repugnance of speech. It does not make an assignment about criminality on the basis of such repugnance. The First Amendment is perfectly clear, and it is first amongst the additions to the Constitution that establish in perpetuity that in this land, the United States government will not criminalize speech. It is the gateway to tyranny, as is the arrest and the inhumane treatment of any human being without due process because they have been labeled by power a terrorist. Donald, here at the Kennedy Center, our resplendent Brioni-clad schlepper, a dime store Mussolini, the producer of America's sick reality show, the greatest marker of our national decay in 250 years. Donald Trump is weak. The American economy is starting to crumble and collapse 50 days in. The only thing he has going for him is that here in the United States, he faces the weakness and the corruption and the feebleness of the Schumercrats. But everywhere else, the truth will not be hidden for long, no matter how angry and raging Scott Jennings gets. The pressure is building. The absurdity is totally clear. Now we wait for the suffering to begin. And when it comes to Elon Musk and Tesla, I'll save my sympathy for the starving African child who will choke to death on their phlegm with bloated bellies in the sun, baking to death with no water and no hope because Elon Musk decided that they deserve to die with his coterie of teenage MAGA children of the corn who call themselves Doge and celebrate their cruelty as acts of faith. Driving a Tesla is a statement. A lot of people in this country don't appreciate this statement because Elon Musk has made it clear with his statements who he is and what he stands for. So while he cries crocodile tears using the White House as a background for his company's ads, saying, I'm just here to help you, while someone like Scott Jennings drops to his knees in awe of wealth and power, decent Americans everywhere are looking left and looking right and saying, F you, Elon. And that's why the stock is being driven into the ground. And that's why if you own a Tesla, you should get rid of it because every day it's worth a little less. You made a poor choice. Now you got to pay for it. This is The Warning.
I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.